Hello and welcome back to my channel. And this is my third attempt to record this session. In my first attempt, I had some technical issues, and on my second attempt, I recorded an hour of a session, but I forgot to turn on the camera that was recording the dice rolls. So I just decided to forget about that whole session that I recorded and restart it with one single camera. And now I hope everything goes well. So we stopped at the last session with Markku and Hurika meeting two Rus brothers in a hex close to Marsh Haven. And we saw as well that there is some kind of temple. We established it too that we could have some kind of expedition site here. Maybe they are trying to find some artifact, old artifact, and the leader of this temple or group is a cruel Rus brother. So when they met these Rus brother, they made some offensive comments to Hurika that get offended and just decide to attack them. So there is no reason to not start the session directly into a combat situation. So the first thing that we need to do is check for initiative. We have Markku, and Markku, just to show you guys, in the last session we have found some special weapon. So I got this trident. I rolled in the Book of Peace table, and I got a trident. And as it is an exceptional weapon, it is a high quality weapon. It has, instead of +1, it has a +2 bonus. So Markku just replaced his old staff with this trident. So let's start the combat. First of all, I need to check the initiative. And this is Markku, this is Hurika. So Markku, Hurika, oh man. And we have two Rus brothers. One Rus brother and the other one. Okay, so I have here the stats for the Rus brother. So this is a typical Rus brother, and I would say they are exactly like these typical Rus brothers. They might have some talents. As one can see here, they could have Path of Blood or Path of Death, meaning that they can cast spells too. So let's see how things goes. I think that the first Rus brother, as we have here, would just try to save one movement, the fast action for dodging, and maybe he could cast this spell here, Immolate. This is a really powerful spell, but I think that as this guy sees this female wolf king coming towards his direction, I think he would do exactly that. So about the power level, it's up to me as a GM to decide. It could be power level 1, 2, and I think it's going to be just power level 1. NPCs, they do not have willpower, meaning that the GM could cast spell for free. But of course, we need to make these things difficult to the NPCs as they are for the players. So this guy will cast only one spell, and the other guy, they might cast a spell as well, but I'm going to limit just one spell for each one of these guys. So Immolate is a rank 2 spell. So I'm going to say that he's going to cast this spell by using just one power level, and for that I'm going to roll these die. The spell, they work. It works automatically, but I need to roll this die to see if we have a mishap. If I roll a 1, it means that we do have a mishap during the spell casting. And okay, so he just cast the spell normally, and it inflicts 1 point of damage to Hurika that now is in flames. But however, I need to make it sure. Okay, because Markku is a druid, meaning that he could cast Dispel Magic. So as soon as he sees this Rust Brother casting a spell, he could try to dispel it by using Dispel Magic. So I can just spend my slow action, Markku's slow action, in order to use this. So I just need to spend some willpower points on it, and the spell has no effect. But I do need to roll my mishap for Markku's Dispel Magic. Oh man. Okay, so as soon as the Rust Brother casts his spell, Markku very fast react on it, dispelling it. But something bad happens. So I need to roll in this mishap table. So the black die is the first one and the white die is the last one. So 41. The spell triggers a magical disease with a virulence of 2d6. You and everyone with arm's length of you for the next quarter day are exposed to the contagion. Okay, so the first thing that I need to do is roll the virulence of this disease. Oh man, it's unbelievable. It's 11. Okay, so I need to roll these dice here, 11 dice, in order to see if I have a 6. And Markku needs to roll his endurance to see if he can resist to this disease. And I have here 2 successes for the disease. And Markku has endurance 1 and strength 4. So it means that I need to have 4 dice and these dice here. And I need at least 2 successes to beat the disease. Whoa, and I have it. Okay, great. However, I assume that Hurika is close to him as well, so she needs also to run this, and she has three strength and 1 endurance. And unfortunately, she failed, meaning that now she is infected with a disease. At this moment, nothing happens to her, but she will get sick in the next day. The Rust Brother saved his fast action, but spent his slow action, but he can still try to avoid the attack. So the next one in the initiative is Markku, but Markku already spent his slow action, meaning that the only thing that he can do now is use his fast action. And I don't think that they are close to each other at this moment, so Markku will save his fast action to dodge if he is attacked. And now we go to the other Rust Brother, and this Rust Brother actually is going to attack Hurika. Let's see, I'm going to roll. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4 is Hurika. If it is 5, 6 is Markku. And it's Hurika. Okay, so he runs towards Hurika, so he spends his fast action, and he just wants to attack Hurika with his staff. He has a staff or a dagger. I would say that he has a staff, so he has 3 strength and 2 melee and 1 for the staff, and he attacks. And I need to decide now if Hurika is going to try to dodge this or parry. And I think Hurika will try to parry the attack. So I will spend my fast action on parrying. So let's attack. The Rust Brother is going to attack her. And he misses. Okay, so he misses. No need, but we spent our action. But now Hurika can just use her slow action actually to attack the guy. So she has a 3 strength, 2 melee, and the short sword. And she has a success. Great. So she inflicts 1 damage to this Rust brother that actually used to have 3 strength, but now it only has 2. Next round, we reset the actions. And now it's this Rust brother again that sees that Markku dispelled his spell. So maybe he would move towards Markku and try to attack him with his, I would say, a dagger. But yeah, he would need to spend his fast action to get the dagger. Yeah, so he spent his fast action to get the dagger, and the slow action he could move or he could just stay where he is. I would say that he stay where he is and he saved this slow action in case of he needs to dodge or something like this. So the next one is Markku. So Markku has this trident, and I would say that he goes towards this guy here. So he spent his fast action moving and his slow action attacking. And this guy is going to try not to parry because he only has a dagger, but he would try to dodge. So let me see that Markku's attack. So he has 4 strength and 2 from the trident, and he does not have any melee skill. Whoa, just 1 success. And the guy needs to try to dodge, and he needs to dodge by using these die. And if he wants to, if he dodge, he will go prone. Unless he decides to stay in his position, he could have a -2, and this would be his dice pool. Would he try to dodge without being prone? And the action is exceptional. Okay, so he will just dodge as much as he can. So let me see. But there is no success in the end. So Markku inflicts actually 2 points of damage to this Rust brother that goes to just 1 strength. And he spent his last action too. Okay, Markku spent all his actions, and now it's this Rust brother that sees that his friend is injured. He is injured as well, so he could try to keep fighting. Maybe he could cast a spell. Yeah, he still has a spell that he can cast. So he could try to cast a spell, or he could try to flee. I'm going just to ask the Oracle if he is going to stay and fight. And if he does, he will cast a spell. So is this guy going to stay and fight? And the answer is yes, but. So what I think that this yes, but means is that he will stay definitely, but he is going to call for help. Maybe he yells. Maybe he says, "Help! We are being attacked," or something like this. So he tries to call for help. There's anyone here? Maybe I do not know, but maybe not now. But I will check in the next round if someone else shows up. So let's see. Now he needs to cast a spell. So let's see what spell he could cast. He could have Path of Blood or Path of Death. And as the other guy has Path of Blood, maybe this guy here has Path of Death. Let me just check the spells. And there is this Hand of Doom, and I like this. As far as the power level is concerned, I'm going to roll a die. If it's 1, 2, 3, it's 1, or 4, 5, 6, it's 2. And it's a power level 1. Markku still has willpower that he can use. So he could use this willpower to dispel it. And I think that I'm going to do this. So let me spend one more willpower, but I need to roll the mishap. So the red die will be the mishap for the Rust brother, and the black die is going to be the mishap for Markku. And we are okay, no mishap so far. But so the Rust brother spent his slow action trying to cast a spell, and he sees that it does not work. But sorry, Markku already act, and he already spent all his actions, so he cannot do this, unfortunately. So in the end, the magic just works and inflicts 1 damage to Hurika. So it's 1 damage to Hurika strength. And this guy spent his slow action, but he still has his fast action. Hurika now needs to act. Maybe she will just finish him. So he cannot defend himself. She took damage, so 1 less strength for her now. And this is the dice pool. And 1 success. This guy is dead. She just killed this guy, and now we only have 1 Rust brother. So now she actually spent her slow action attacking, but she still has her fast action. As this guy is not so close to her yet, I would say that she spent her fast action to engage in combat with him. So let's go back once again, and now Markku is the first one. This guy has only 2 strength, and Markku is going to attack again. So 4 strength dice and 2 from the trident, the high quality trident, and 3 successes. Okay, this guy obviously is going to try to dodge. I need to define these up front, but I just forgot to say, but I think he spent his fast action trying to dodge from this attack. So I will use these 3 dice from his agility, 2 from the move, and oh, he was prone, right? I just forgot about that. He wouldn't be able to do anything else in the last section, but it's okay. The last round, but it's okay. Just never mind. My mistake. It's a lot of there are a lot of things that we need to keep track of, and sometimes we just forget about something. So now this guy is going to dodge, and he needs to have at least 3 successes, and he only has 1, meaning that Markku just killed this guy with his trident. But it doesn't necessarily means that they are dead. I could just say that this last guy is actually really wounded, but not dead. And as one of the guy actually ask for help, ask for support, let me ask the Oracle if someone heard his calling, and let's see. And the answer is yes. And it's a high yes, because it's a 10. So meaning that as soon as Markku finishes this guy with his trident, but the guy is actually barely alive, they hear voices that someone is approaching. So I think that Hurika says, fast, we need to go quickly, get one of the bodies. And they get the bodies, and they try to move as fast as they can to the forest in order to hide. And as they heard that these people are coming, and as they are worried, about of being spotted, they will try to hide themselves with the bodies as well. So or they just move. I'm not sure how fast these guys are moving. Maybe they just heard something. Maybe let me roll a stealth for Markku is actually wounded in his agility. He took 1 point of damage in the last session. So it's going to be him a stealth check, but I'm going to give him a bonus. So let me roll a stealth check. And I failed. I'm going to push this. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 2 points of damage to my agility. Okay, so what I think that happens is Hurika gets one of the bodies and says, "Let's go, Markku, over here. Let's go. We need to hide. More are coming." And Markku just get a body and try to move as fast as he can, but he's tired and he's now almost losing his breath, but so he cannot be so fast as his wish, meaning that Hurika just goes and into the woods and she is already hidden, but Markku was left behind. Markku has the cat's paw spell, meaning that I can spend 1 willpower in order to automatically succeed in a sneak roll. What I can do now is cast the spell. I could just spend maybe 2 power points that I just got now from my last roll, although I still have 1 more, but I will just spend 2 power points in order to cast this, and then automatically I have a sneak roll with 2 successes. But first let me check if I have a mishap, and I don't. But now I need to roll their insight to see if they can see me. So a typical Rust brother has 3 wits and 2 insight. Okay. And just 1 success. Okay, so I think that Markku was left behind. He was worried, and he immediately remembers about his powers as a druid, and he cast his cat's paw, and he just hide himself, and he can see, I would say, about 4 other Rust brothers looking for someone, maybe yelling, "Is there someone here?" And they are maybe talking to each other, and maybe one of these guys, they say, "Okay, there's no one here. Are you sure that you heard this?" "Yes, I heard someone was calling for help." "Okay, I think you are hearing too much. Let's go back." And as it is raining, right? It's a light rain we are seeing the same day, so it's light raining. And I think that maybe someone else says, "Oh, you are just hearing things. Let's go back to our posts." And they go back. They went back to their original post, and Markku is now free. I would say that eventually Markku meets Hurika, and as one guy is dead, but the other one is still alive. And I think that what Markku is going to try to do is try to talk to this guy. Although I'm not sure if this guy can talk. Is this guy able to talk? And I don't think so. So I'm going to get 2 cards, and the only way that this guy can talk is if these 2 cards are red cards, meaning a diamond and or hearts. Whoa! And actually, this guy is really wounded, almost dying, but he still can talk. So maybe Markku tries to talk to this guy, interrogate this guy, and maybe Hurika does this, maybe asking this guy, "What are you doing here?" Remember, in the last session, we established that Hurika was part of the bandit group that took over Marshhaven, but months later, the Rust brother came and killed these bandits and took over the control of Marshhaven, and actually now they are using people from Marshhaven to give them supplies and maybe even use them to work in the excavation site, or maybe the bandits are working on as slaves. It could be a possibility, actually. I like this. Let's ask the Oracle. Are the bandits working as slave in this excavation site? And the answer is yes. So I think let's see if Hurika can convince him. It's basically for empathy. I could give her one bonus since this guy is almost dying. And let me just roll it. And she has 2 successes. Great. So I would say that she breaks him. I maybe with her short sword or one of the throwing knives, she just inflicts more damage to the wounds. This guy yells, but she cover his mouth in order to avoid more noise. And she asks him, "What are you doing, him?" and so on. And the guy tells them, what is the guy tells? Maybe I could use. Let's see what we have here. So far, we know that they have a problem with a ghost in this area, the same as Marshhaven, but they are allied with a monster. There is some hidden riches. I do not know how much this guy would tell. So maybe I could just grab a card and forget about the type, just the number. And let's see if the number is high, this guy will tell almost everything. And if the number is low, it means that he just tell one thing. Okay, a J. So a J is a high number, right? So it means that he does not tell everything, but most of the stuff. Maybe just one thing he will not tell. So I have here 4 things. And I would say, let me just roll a D8. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The number that I roll, he will not tell us about this subject. So let's see. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he will not tell about the hidden riches, but he will tell about first the cruel Rust brother that is their leader. So I would like to see a name for him. And as most Rust brothers are half elves or Outlanders, I'm going to get a name here. So, and it's actually a woman, and her name is Elspeth. So Elspeth is their leader. The cruel Rust brother actually a him sister. So it's a cruel him sister. And I could say that she is actually an Iron Guard. Maybe a female Iron Guard. And the Iron Guards, they are basically the knights of the Rust brothers. And I think it makes sense. Let's ask the Oracle. Is she an Iron Guard? Oh man, she isn't. She isn't. Okay, she's not an Iron Guard. Okay, the Iron Guards, they are really powerful. It doesn't mean that we do not have an Iron Guard here. But for some reason, this sister, Elspeth, she is the leader of this group. He will tell us about the haunted ghosts, that they are haunted by ghosts in this place. So maybe he tells us about the excavation site, and he tells that these excavation site there are ghosts there, and yeah, maybe he tells something about this. I could use maybe even the theme oracle to bring more flavor to the scene. So let me try to get some extra words for it. So we have clubs, courage. Okay, courage, and 7 illusion. Okay, so I know in the end, he says that the people, the slaves, they are telling them that there are ghosts, but what they see is that it is just an illusion, that there is no ghost, and this slave lack on courage to keep their work. So let's see, he will skip the hidden riches, but he could tell them about the village audit that is allied with a monster. I have an idea here. So I think that they have some kind of monster under their control. And this actually creature could be under Elspeth's control. And it makes sense. It makes sense. I do not know which monster it could be. Maybe I could just roll in the monster table to see what monster it is. So in the solo expansion, there is this table for dungeon inhabitants, and I could maybe grab a card and see here. And yeah, let's see it makes sense or not. So gatekeeper. And gatekeeper is this huge creature. This could be the creature that she has under her control. And this is maybe what makes her their leader. I have never read about the gatekeeper yet, so I would need to make sure that I could use him. But let's just keep in mind that she might have a gatekeeper or maybe a demon, and I could just roll a demon. If the gatekeeper does not fit really well in this situation, I could just roll a demon, and she has a control on a demon, and this is their allied. So we know about it. And I think that, as I said, this guy was almost dying, almost dead already. And I think that eventually he dies. We learned a lot. And maybe what Hurika tries to tell Markku is that they have slaves, and the Markku's family could be one of the slaves. Or actually, Hurika would tell him that actually they are they are slaves. She is pretty sure about it. And now everything makes sense because as they have these Rust Brothers clothes, I think that Hurika would ask Markku to disguise himself as a Rust Brother in order to infiltrate to this excavation site and leads the way in order to Hurika goes there in order to maybe free their comrades. And I think that that is what Hurika wants. Hurika could not, wouldn't be able to do this by herself because she is a wolfkin. And every Rust brother is an Underlander or a half elf. So she wouldn't be able to infiltrate in this site. But Markku is a human. Although he is Islander, he's able to disguise himself by putting this cloak, the Rust Brother clothes, and so on. So I think this is the plan that Hurika had all the time. And now she's going to manipulate Markku in order to disguise himself and infiltrate this place, leading her to there. However, they are both really injured, not injured, but Markku needs to replace his agility and his wits, and Hurika actually needs to replace her strength. But we need to remember that she is diseased. So she has a disease, meaning that I would say that they will try to rest nearby, maybe will try to find a place to rest. And at night, at night, Markku and Hurika would try to approach. But If Hurika gets diseased, uh, it would be a problem. It would be a problem. But so let's see. It says actually in the rules that the disease is going to happen the next day. So we still have at least 3 quarters until she gets disease. So not right now. They are going to rest for 1 quarter in order to reach the night, and during the night they are going to act. They would try to make camp in this case, so it's going to be 3, 2 plus 2, and let's see. And maybe Hurika would help him as well. Okay, and we have a success, meaning that they make camp successfully, and they would be able to rest, both of them. So no one is going to keep watch during the night. No one. They are just going to sleep. But first, as they are staying in these hacks, I need to check if they have a encounter. So let me see. Random encounter from Book of Beasts. Black die is the first. 15. Okay, nothing. Great. So now they are finally able to sleep. Oh, this happens during the evening. And now we go to the night. Markku disguises himself. And if he needs to interact with someone, he would need to roll a performance check, although he does not have any performance skill. But as he is disguised, I would give him a +1 if he needs to interact with someone during this infiltration. So we have now this, we have the temple, and I don't think Hurika would try to rush into the temple by herself and Markku only. I think the temple would have more people there, but Hurika wants to save his comrades, and they just go to not the excavation site because it's during the night, but maybe they have a campsite nearby where the slaves are kept captive. And I think they went there. Maybe the guy told them, the Rustbroad told them where it is before he dies. And Hurika goes maybe behind Markku and just says, Markku, just lead the way. Let's go there. So I see the next scene as Markku approaching this camp, and I'm going to ask the Oracle. But first, as we rest already, let me just shuffle this deck, and I'm going to ask the Oracle if there is someone there guarding. I think so, right? Is there someone guarding the slaves? And the answer is yes, with a 9. So I would say probably yes. This is the reason that I just bought 2 cards. And the 9 is okay. So it's yes. There are people guarding them. How many Rust Brothers are guarding? 4 Rust Brothers are there guarding them. Maybe they are not, of course, keeping too much attention. They are there for months now, but I think that Markku can see these four Rust brothers. Maybe one close to a fire, maybe one is sleeping, maybe only 2 others are really awakened and maybe even talking to each other. So I imagine something like this. Maybe we have the cages are right behind, maybe cages and some other cages here as well. Maybe we have here a tent. Maybe we have even more tents. Maybe we have a tent here, down here as well. And in the middle, maybe we have a campfire. So I think that we might have some the other Rust brother is here inside. We are here. I think maybe 2 of them are, one is close to the fire, or maybe are close to the fire. Maybe one is just wandering around. And yeah, I think that this is the scenario. I know that Forbidden Lands, most of the times I use Theater of the Mind, but just to have a better picture of what I am imagining right now. So I think that we just need to go to the cages in order to be undetected. And for that, as it is night and we are in the shadows, so I will give Marco a bonus. So I'm going to roll 4 dice for his agility and one as a bonus because he does not have any stealth. So let's see if he succeeds in it. Oh, and actually I don't succeed in it. And if I push this, I'm going to take 2 points of damage to my agility. I just failed. Never mind. I think that maybe as soon as I move to here, maybe I put my feet on some sticks and it makes some noise and it brings the attention of one of these Rust brother that sees me moving through here. So I think that as soon as this guy sees me, he does not recognize me. Of course, he just says, "Oh, hello, what are you doing there?" And maybe I would say that I'm trying to pee. I'm just faking that I'm peeing in some bushes. And let's see, it's going to be a performance roll. So 3 is my empathy, and as I am disguised, it's just one more. Oh man, I'm going to push this, and I do have a success. Great. So yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm just being. Uh, and they go, oh, okay. Oh, and then he goes back to his position, and it allows Hurika to move as well. Together with him, I will not make a lot of rolls here. Doesn't make sense. So he just pointed direction. Okay, the guy was distracted, coming back, and then he is now able to talk to these guys. As a GM, I doubt that his family is here kept as slaves. Because I think his family, if they are alive, because they might not be, they would be in Marsh Haven working in their stuff, right? Uh, they were farmers, so they would be working on their farm in order to produce food to the Rust Brothers. So I don't think that they are here. However, there is a chance of some in some cases someone that Marco knows could be here. So, and it's unlikely that it is. So, is there someone captive that Marco knows? And the answer is no. Okay, so he does not recognize anyone there. And maybe this is the time where Hurika arrives and sees the slaves. Are they Hurika's comrades? And the answer is yes. Okay, okay, they are here. How many are in this cage here? More than one cage, of course. 3. Okay. Are there more people? Or only these 3? Are there more people? Maybe not only friends or comrades of Hurika, but people that are unrelated to her. Are there more people here? Exception no. So no, only these 3 guys. I would say that Hurika now is going to try to a sleight of hand check in order to open this cage, but she does not have the skill and she does not have any tool. So it's going to be just an agility check for her. And she failed. And she cannot push because she is a companion. They need to try to find a key for the cage. So maybe they would need to move to behind of this tent, and in order to do that, actually, I think that they see Hurika and says, Hurika, what are you doing here? I came for you, my friends, and we are going to leave this place. And they say, okay, but you cannot open these locks. You need the key. Okay, but they have the key. and we are going to distract them, and you can go to the tent and check if you can find the keys there. And this is what they are going to do. So uh, I'm going to roll once again a stealth check, and this is going to be just this, but I'm going to roll with one additional dice because it is dark, but these guys are helping, trying to bring the attention to them, and then they would take the opportunity to move. So let me see if we have a success. And we do have one success. So I'm going to roll an inside check for these guys here. And and they do not have a success. Great. So these guys, they make some noise and so on. Hey, what are you doing here? And they are able to go to this tent. Maybe just one guy goes. This one is patrolling here, maybe, and they are going to check this tent. Are there anyone here? Is there anyone here? Someone inside? And the answer is no. Okay. Is there any key here? Yes. Yes. There is a key here, but it's a low yes. So it is a yes, definitely. There is a key, but I would say that it takes some time to find it, or they would need to roll in order to find it. And I would ask for maybe, let's see, an inside check, and Markku is going to roll it. So it's going to be 4, and he has 1 insight. And let's see. And he does have a success. Great. So it takes some time. They are still making noise, but Markku finds the key, and yeah, he just retrieves this key. Great. This is great. And now they are able to go back. So eventually, of course, they wait in order that this guard comes back and so on. I will not just roll stealth all the time. It doesn't make sense. So I would just say that eventually they are able to come here and unlock the cages. But for these unlock the cages, I will roll stealth. Because if these guys notice that these cages are open, we are going to have a combat here once again. So for the stealth check, it's going to be 4 die. For the agility, we do not have any stealth skill, unfortunately, but as it is dark, I would just add 1 more dice, but actually I won't, because this is we are going to unlock, so we are going to make noise. So I will not give any bonus in this situation. So let's see if we can open it silently. Oh man. If it's Markku doing it, I'm able to push, and Markku gets 1 point of damage to agility. And I think I'm going to do this. So Markku tries again. Whoa, 2 points of damage to his agility and 2 willpower points. Meaning that as soon as Markku uses the key, it makes a huge metal noise, like a clank. And immediately it grabs the attention of these guys here. Here we have now 3 friends of Hurika that are free, but they are not strong enough. They are, of course, I would say not broken, but almost broken. They do not have their attributes fully, and they do not have weapons. So, but they are free now. And I think that Hurika just says, Markku, fast, go to the other cage and open that as well. So I think that we are going to have a combat between these guys here, that this guy actually helps, ask for help too, and this guy comes, and maybe there was no one here, but maybe the fourth guy was in this tent, and I'm going to use this token just to represent him. So what I'm going to do now is they are fighting to each other, and I'm not going to roll the dice for everyone, but I think that I'm going just to run behind with Markku, and Markku would try to open the case. So first thing that I need to know, that I need to roll actually, is his move in order to avoid being in combat with someone. This is what I'm going to do. But he only has now 2 points in agility because he failed in the last roll. So I need a 6 here in order to avoid that someone engages with him in combat. And I'm going to push. I will have now one point in agility, but I have another willpower, and I'm going to roll again. Man, I broke myself. So damage to agility is translated as physical fatigue and exhaustion. As I'm broken in agility, I collapse from exhaustion. I can only crawl and wheeze. You can't perform any other action, and you can't roll for any skill. I was trying to run, and maybe one of these guys, he reached me and he grappled me, and yeah, and then maybe he grabbed my neck, and I couldn't breathe, and I just I'm just on the floor right now. Not unconscious, but really try to get my breath again. So I would need, because I have the keys now, so I would need to solve this conflict here. And now it's a good opportunity to try the solo combat rules for that. So we have here, I would say, 3 guys against 4. However, these 3 guys here, they are Rust Brothers, they are well rested, they have their equipment and so on, well fed and so on. But these guys here, they are not well fed. They are really almost broken, I would say. They are tired, and that's it. So the combat, I'm going to just try to give bonus die for one of these guys. So this is Hurika, and Hurika will have, are going to have her a +2 assisting her on their actions and her actions, and this guy here has a +2 because these guys, 2 guys are helping him. And I think that's it. Hurika has 5 in total, meaning that as soon as we take damage, we remove one of these guys and we lose 1 dice as well as bonus. But this guy, as he has 3 of strength, he has +2 from each one of these guys in their strength as a health. So it's going to be 3, 5, 7. And this is the combat that we have right now. Who acts first? Hurika and the Rust Brothers. This guy is busy here with me. Maybe I will not count him at this point. But the Rust Brothers, they act first. So they have 3 strength, 2 melee. They are using a staff or a dagger at this point. And this guy has 2 colleagues helping him, meaning it is a +2. And of course, Hurika will try to dodge or whatever, so she will try to defend herself. And these guys, they failed. Great. Now it's Hurika, and Hurika has 3 strength, and she has a short sword, and their colleagues are helping her as well. So let's see. And she has 2 successes. But now the Rust Brothers are going to try to dodge. And for that, they have 3 agility, 1 move, and as I said, 2 additional dice. And they need to beat 2 successes. But they don't. Okay, so the short sword actually inflicts 2 damage, meaning that one of these guys are out, because from 7 they go now to 5. They lose 1 bonus die. So now it's the Rust Brothers again. So let's see. The Rust Brothers, they are going to attack. So they have 3 strength, 1 from the staff, 2 from melee, and an additional 1 for the support. And 1 success. Hurika would like to avoid this damage, maybe parry. Yes, I think parry makes sense. So it's 3 strength, 2 melee, and 2 for the short sword. And I need to beat at least 1 success. And I do actually great. 2 successes. This is great. So she is able to parry the attack. But now it's her. So now she attacks once again. And 2, 3. Whoa. Okay. So 3 successes. Meaning that these guys, in order to avoid the attack, they could try to parry, not because they have staffs, but they could try to dodge the attack. So let me roll. The agility is 3. The move is 1, but another guy is helping. So I need 3 successes here. And I only had 2, but I got 1 point of damage. So 1 point of damage is not enough to kill one of this guy, but this guy is wounded. So I will just reduce this to 4, but this guy is still here. Meaning that they still have the additional die from the support. And it's going to be 3 from melee, 3 from strength, 2 from melee, 1 for the assistance, and 1 for the weapon. And whoa, 3 successes. 3 successes. And now she's going once again to try to parry this. So 2 from melee and 2 additional die. And this is, I need 3 successes. And I have none. It's 3 points of damage. 3 points of damage means that I go to 2. And if I go to 2 points of damage means that these 3 guys is out of action. Whoa. And Hurika is now alone. She would try to flee. Unfortunately, her plan didn't work. So now she needs to retreat. Yeah, so as a fast action, she needs to try to retreat first. And it is 4. She does not have any move dice. So I need a success in it. And I do have actually. So she just run a little bit. She spent her fast action on it. And her slow action, she can just flee. So she retreat and she flees. And Markku is now captured by the Rust Brothers. One thing actually that I could try to see if it happens or not, just because I totally forget about Tiara. Do you remember who Tiara is? Tiara is the snake that we have. And I think this Rust Brother, as soon as this Rust Brother grabs Markku, maybe Tiara bites him. So let me roll just to see if this guy is bitten by Tiara. So she only has 1 strength, but she has 3 melee. And actually, she did. So she bites him. And now this guy needs to resist the poison because it's a lethal poison. So it's going to be 4 potency die. And it's 1. So this guy needs to endure. And the Rust Brothers, they do not have an endurance skill. only their strength, so he needs at least one success, and he does have a success. Okay, so he's bitten by this snake, and it hurts him, but this guy does not die from its poison, unfortunately. Okay, so I think we end the session now with this scenario. Hurika just retreats and flees. Markku is left behind, and he's now captured by these Rust brothers in this campsite. And let's see what happens in the next session. And that's it for today. I hope you like it. See you in the next video. Bye bye.